Come and dream with me.
Hello and welcome to What Do You Want to Watch, the Explosion Network's premier media podcast. Every fortnight, we get together, we talk about movies, TV, and online content, and release it in audio form for you, all while making it look as easy as a snap of your fingers. Joining me today, Dylan Blight.
Nice one. Appreciate it.
And also Nicholas Pryor.
I understood that reference.
That's good, because since we've last recorded, we've all seen Avengers Infinity War. You can find our massive review discussion on twitch.tv/Explosion Network or youtube.com/Explosion Network. Have you had any new thoughts since we recorded? Any opinions you've seen online that have sort of swayed your opinion?
I think Dylan hates fun.
I don't feel like that's true at all. You know?
Hates Thor Ragnarok, hates fucking Avengers.
I didn't hate Thor Ragnarok. I just didn't think it was great.
Hates fun.
What'd I give it, like a 7?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't that the thing?
What if we did a review discussion about that?
Too much water.
Look, I didn't review Pokemon.
What?
That's where the reference comes from. Pokemon. Don't you know that?
What reference?
The Too Much Water reference.
Nope.
It was from an IGN review where they reviewed Pokemon.
You forget Ashley didn't exist before Explosion.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sorry, I didn't read every single IGN Pokemon review.
Keep up.
I know.
Do your homework, Ashley.
Or I figured we might as well just kick off the show with probably the most talked about video in the last 24 hours. The Childish Gambino music video for This Is America. Dylan, how many times have you watched this since its release?
I've lost count. It's not even a joke.
Yeah.
I've watched it a lot today. Over and over. I sat right here in this chair I'm recording in, and I watched it this morning 3-4 times in a row. Then did some stuff, and I sat down again later, and I watched it another couple times in a row. And
Shame you can't log it on Trakt.
Yeah, I know. I wish you could. As far, I mean, it hasn't lost its value on me. It's amazing as far as I'm concerned. 10 out of 10 music video.
Yeah, it's got to be easily the most impressive music video I've seen in a while.
Yep.
Just culturally significant and just technically pulling it off. Both very impressive.
As a side note for the music video thing, so after I finished watching Westworld, I flicked over to the music channels just like to put on in the background while I was finishing up my notes and going over my notes I took for the episode. And as I'm sitting there on my laptop doing that, music videos in the background, like all this shit sucks. Like after video, it just kind of was all very much, you know, it's been a long time since I watched a music video that actually was kind of like a short film, I suppose, is the way to put it. Even though it's, whenever you say short film for music videos, you think of all the, like, 10, 20, like Thriller, I suppose, is the go-to, the OG, like, short film music video. But I feel like this, without having, like, the music stops and then you have a 5-minute, like, talky part in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like, which is how you usually do short films. I feel like it is just very cinematic as far as music videos go.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Nick?
I have.
Your thoughts?
That's good. I enjoyed the video itself. I'm not a huge fan of the song, though.
No. I found it surprisingly catchy, which is worrying considering the subject matter.
Yeah, I've been humming it all day. This is America. Don't be tripping now. This is America. Yeah, you just say "This is America" over and over, basically. So,
get your money, black man.
Yeah. Get your money, black man. Yeah. It's what makes it so great is I do think the song's kind of catchy, but I do think the song's not as good without the video, and it's definitely a song made with the intention of making a video from the get-go, you know, like it's kind of all done in one part, because the video is definitely the major part of it. You wouldn't just listen to the song and get the full scale of what was trying to be done with the song, I suppose. So it is very much, here's a music video. And the great thing about the video is you have to watch it several times to be able to even catch everything or to even understand what's going on. Like, I watched it the first time, and all you're doing is staring at Donald Glover's Childish Gambino just dancing.
Yeah.
Because his middle frame, very, like, the choreography for the dancing and everything's all very in your face. You can't help but stare at him. But that is literally the point of it. And there's so much shit happening in the background that your brain's just, like, not paying attention to.
Yeah.
Then you watch it again another time and you purposely go, don't look at him. Don't look at him and his funky moves. Fucking sick dancer. I'll tell you what, he pulled off. I didn't know he had it in him, you know? Like,
have you seen his other music videos?
Yeah, no, like I thought he was a decent dancer. I thought this was a step up to like a different level. But him in the watching it again the second time and paying attention to what's happening in the background, it's like a whole different thing going on. Then you're looking up what everything means and like trying to figure out what different things mean. Like my favorite shot after watching it many, many, many times is the thing I put up as my Facebook cover banner today, which is the shot where you've got Death riding a white horse in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like literally a dude in like a black coat or whatever. It's like Death, and there's like the police car behind of it. It's like everything in the video is very symbolic, I suppose, and all that sort of stuff. Donald Glover, he's like playing this role. I fucking forgot the name of the thing. Anyway, it was like this 18-something jumping something or other. It was like a white dude who dressed up in blackface and like made fun of like, and he did a character that was making fun of a real person who at the time was considered a bit of a hero in the black community, I suppose, like amongst them. And this white dude dressed up and did this song and dance all the time in this outfit. And if you look him up, that's who he's trying to do with the moves. Like the way he pulls back and points the gun at the hand, and he does like that whole lean back with his foot and everything like that. Everything about that's like kind of based on that character. There's a lot in it that I feel like I still haven't seen at all. I love it though. I think it's great. Directed great. I looked up who did the choreography for the dance today, because I was like, this shit's great. You got to give more people props than just Donald. It's easy to go, oh, Donald. But it's like, someone directed this. The guy who directed it did a lot of...
Murura, I think his name is. Does a lot of Atlanta as well.
Atlanta, yeah. So that's how he knows him.
I think he did his other music videos as well. Yeah.
Yep. Most of them, I think. And then, yeah, so I was like looking up who did the choreography and directing and stuff. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Go online, watch it several times, and then read all the analysis about it. It's all pretty interesting. So this fortnight, I've been on a anime kick. So I'm just gonna run through a couple of different things I've been watching. If you've been following Nato at all on Twitter, he's been talking nonstop about Megalobox. So it's like set in a futuristic world where boxing is where Megaloboxing is boxing, but they have like metallic arms attached to them, so they can sort of hit people.
It's the Nintendo game Arms.
Yeah, sort of, except not really stretchy. So it follows this guy called Joe who's been fighting in like fixed fights, but he wants to go straight so he can fight in this big tournament. It's apparently based on an old anime called what I had it a second ago, Inishi Joe or something. It was like they're celebrating like the 50th anniversary of the manga coming out, so they did a revamped version. Yeah, it's really cool. It's I get like Cowboy Bebop vibes. Obviously, the world is that sort of futuristic, not like cool futuristic world, but almost apocalyptic sort of world where everything's
dystopian.
Like dystopian. That's probably the better term. Everything's kind of shitty and stuff. It's gotten like pretty dark so far. I think there's only 5 episodes out so far, and one of his rivals is suffering from PTSD from being at the war, where he lost both his legs. So, yeah, good times. So
yes, I did see tweets from several people about this, but can't say I'm going to rush out to check it out.
But there's no rush. It's on Crunchyroll at any time. Crunchyroll gives a sponsorship. Also caught up on the second part of Food Wars Season 3. Have you guys heard of Food Wars?
Nope.
Or Shokugeki no Soma? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, is this another anime?
Yes, another anime. Follows a student who's at a elite cooking school that is like super competitive It's really good. Do not watch the show on an empty stomach because the food looks so awesome. It's really great. Only thing is, obviously, it's like whenever people eat delicious food on this show, they have like
an orgasm.
Yes, they have like an orgasmic reaction. The clothes suddenly disappear. It's not something you want to watch while your parents are around.
Yes, this is what you just said is why several years ago I began to struggle to watch anime as I when I was watching older animes, it was easy to pass it off as like 90s, early 2000s, and then you'd be watching stuff from only like a year ago, and you're like, they're really not doing anything about this, are they? Then they're still a thing.
It makes sense though. The food's so good that it's so
that they're close.
It's so pleasurable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but food looks great. It's really informative. I'm sure if you're a cooking person, you'd take a lot of information out of this. But yeah, Food Wars, check it out. And I've watched the first few episodes of the Persona 5 animated series, which is pretty much ripped beat for beat from the game.
Maybe it's my way of experiencing the game because I'm never going to finish it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the only real problem I feel so far is like the video gamey aspects of the story. Like the fights and the fighting the shadows and the fusing of personas and that sort of stuff. It doesn't. Doesn't work. Very
I watched all of the Golden animation.
Yeah, the Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, I watched both. I've watched the normal one and then I watched the Golden one they put out as well.
Yeah.
They're both the same. Yeah, it's like whenever the real gamey stuff happened in the battles or whatever, it was like, okay, it's a bit silly. But the general social aspect stuff works well, so I presume 5's the same. I'm probably not going to watch 5 because I've refused to say I will not go back and finish that, even though...
One day.
One day.
Yeah. But if you're never going to play the game, maybe check this out. Persona 5. Yeah. So the only thing I saw on your track this week, Dylan, was Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. Do you want to talk about that direct to DVD or DVC
Why
movie?
Do you say
release?
Like it's direct to DVD,
well,
like it's a bad thing?
No, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the DC animated, not theatrically released movie.
And yet, it's better than the actual theatrical released Suicide Squad movie.
Low bar.
Well,
even the Suicide Squad on Arrow was better than the Suicide Squad movie.
This is true. Have you watched the first Suicide Squad anime one? The one with Batman in it?
No, the Arkham...
Yeah, Arkham Assault.
No, I haven't watched that one yet.
Watch that.
Yeah.
That is what the plot of the Suicide Squad live action movie should have been.
Yep.
Like, that is exactly what it should have been. This one, Hell to Pay, is weirdly... it's very violent. It's rated R.
Okay.
Well, it's rated R in America. I don't know. It's probably like MA here or
Yeah.
something. It's very violent, which was cool. Has a cool storyline. I can't really spoil... the big twist about spoiling while it's cool, but it ties into another animated movie in a way that you didn't think was going to happen.
Okay.
Like, holy, it was like, it ties into, really? Okay. So it's not like a sequel to it, but it just kind of is like a side story that links in really closely to it without you ever realizing. Voice acting is all great. Tara Strong's Harley in it. So Christian Slater's Deadshot. Pretty cool. What's his Greg Grunberg?
Grunberg?
Grunberg? Is that how? Is that?
I don't know. From Heroes and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Christian Slater doesn't get enough work.
Well,
is he still on Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's doing stuff. But Greg actually has the standout role in it. He plays this. He plays. I can't spoil it either because it's a cool twist. But he plays a DC superhero character who, has different people take the mantle, and he plays someone who got given the mantle of this character, and he is like a super dude bro, stripper, like male stripper, and it's a complete weird. You wouldn't expect him to be playing this superhero character or be given that mantle, but it's really weird. It's also like a really grindhouse film. If you look up the opening credits and the music that plays along with it, it literally sounds like Tarantino and Rodriguez's grindhouse music, like like that riff from that.
Yeah.
And the opening credits has this whole explosions at background, like little film effects shit happening. That was pretty good. It's pretty good. Check
Awesome.
that one out. It's way better than that fucking trash heaps burning garbage that's live action crap.
Well, lucky that you caught up with that one this week because I watched Batman Ninja.
Yeah, I want to watch that as well.
It's so pretty much the story is Gorilla Grodd creates a time machine, and Batman, members of the Bat family, and a bunch of Gotham villains all get sucked into feudal Japan. It is a stunning piece of thing to look at. It is incredibly Japanese.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an anime.
Yeah, it's the creator of Afro Samurai is a character designer and stuff.
Did their clothes come off in this one?
No, they didn't. Everybody's in costume, but there's cool Japanese sort of designs for all the costumes and stuff. Like Harley Quinn's hammer, instead of like being a hammer, it's like that little drum thing that you turn with little balls.
Yeah,
that hits.
I don't know what it's called. But
I don't know what it's called.
Kids'
yeah.
toy.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but ever since they announced it and I saw pictures of the Joker,
Yeah.
I was like, I want an art book. And I still haven't seen it.
You haven't.
But I was just, that's how instantly I was like, I want the art book. I'll hopefully get to watch it soon. My problem is like, so when these things release on Blu-ray, they're like $20.
Yeah.
You know, they're not like full price Blu-ray straight out the gate. Like I even picked the Hell to Pay I got on 4K, $20. Like it's still cheap then. But like I can rent it for $7 or wait for it to be out on Blu-ray in like a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like buy it. I've just been pushing it like because the price difference is I'd just rather buy it usually. But hopefully I'll watch that soon.
Yeah.
I've been
Will it
looking
be on
forward
that
to it.
DC Unlimited thing?
We'll get to that in a second, but I just want to say that Tony Hale plays the Joker, and he is excellent. Like up there with, okay, maybe not up. Is in the spectrum, in the atmosphere of the others.
I still can't picture him playing the Joker. It's so weird, but okay.
Yeah, it fits. And it just I don't want to spoil it, but it kind of goes bonkers. There is some Japanese ass stuff. Yeah.
I can imagine.
All right. So moving on to some news. The big story of the last fortnight, I guess for me personally, was they finally announced the name of the DC live streaming service. It's going to be called DC Universe. And they've listed all the different shows that they've already confirmed are coming to the series. So let's have a talk about a couple of them. First out of the gate, the Titans live action series. Keen, interested, pass? What do you guys think?
I was interested.
Are we going to just have all pass on you, Nick?
Highly
Spoilers.
likely.
Okay.
I was interested until I saw set photos.
Yeah. So they released the professional photos of like Robin and Talking Dove. Those look good. And then they did set photos got leaked of Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire, and the internet went
Oh god.
angry.
Oh god. It's like terrible. You walked across to like your balloon rental cosplay and like picked a costume out of there, you know, like a place that sells balloons and cheap costumes to buy of Batman characters and shit.
Yeah.
It looks utterly like terrible. Yeah, I just don't even
It looks like the Inhuman show they did.
see how that went.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. I mean, hopefully when they get done doing all their post-production stuff, it looks better than those probably cell phone photos on the side of the road.
Is this going to be tied into anything that's already existing?
No. But it is being executive produced by Greg Berlanti, who's done all the other
I feel
CW
like
stuff.
that's the worst thing that DC's doing is not tying it all in together.
I guess it kind of makes it timeless, though. There's no rush for him to put it out because it's not connected to anything else. You know?
There's
Like,
real
unlike
rush to
Marvel-
put it out anyway.
Then you look at something like Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is barely connected, but was connected at one point, and you go, why isn't anything connected anymore?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the worst example you could have given them.
Well, it's the same as, like, okay,
not
so,
as
like-
bad as the Inhumans, but just almost as bad.
Like all the
Or
Netflix
Agent
shows,
Carter.
they're connected, but we're never actually going to connect them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But even just saying they're connected adds something to it.
I don't
In
know.
my
I
mind.
suppose.
I don't think it matters. I mean, Arrow is not connected to Smallville, and there's a bunch of other Superman or Batman shows that have been run in the past that aren't connected at all. They all stand on their own. I don't think it's important that everything has to be connected all the time.
I think it just adds to it.
Why? How?
Well, it means people that maybe like something else are invested to check the other thing out. But if they have
So
no
it's
interest
purely
in
a publicity synergy
it, of
thing.
of course there's all synergy and publicity.
So corporations are doing a good thing. Is that what you're saying?
No,
no, they're all
Got him.
inherently evil.
got him.
Next up, they're doing Young Justice season 3, subtitled Outsiders. Did
Yes,
you guys
that's
watch
exciting.
Young Justice?
Of course I
Years ago.
didn't.
Missing
Really?
out.
Oh, my
Have you
God.
watched any
I'm gonna-
DC animated
I'm gonna-
stuff, Nick?
No, I don't know why, but as soon as I see animated, I just get turned off.
Okay.
Big man, baby. Learn to watch cartoons.
Old man.
I watched it years and years and years ago, so I would like to do a refresh of the both seasons before 3.
Yeah. Well, I think it's currently on Netflix here in Australia.
Yeah, it's
so-
on Netflix now. Yeah, or if
I've-
it's not on in Australia, it will be soon, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pumped. They kind of ended it on sort of a cliffhanger sort of endpoint. You could see where they were going with season 3, and then unfortunately got cancelled.
I think I have it all on DVD, but that means I'm packing a box.
Sorry, let me preface something when I said earlier I'd get turned off by cartoons. I really enjoyed the Batman Returns cartoon, the 2-part series. movie
The
thing.
animated movie?
Yeah.
You're like, cartoon. Cartoon. The cartoon. That is the best Batman movie of all time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I consider that. I legit consider watching The Dark Knight Returns.
I think it's the best Batman story too.
Yeah, I watched the. Did you watch them back to back? Part 1, part 2,
I
back to back?
believe so. It's been a while since I've seen them.
You watch them back to back. It's 3 hours or like close to 3 hours, but it's the best Batman movie. Better than Dark Knight. Better than whatever the fuck else you want to say is the best. It's that. Fight me.
And it's a good representation of the Green Arrow too.
I don't know if that's like a shit sticking on him.
No,
He's not in it that much.
I just liked him in that.
Okay.
Yep.
You like armless people?
Sure, I have nothing against armless people. I like Def Leppard, so yeah, I like armless people.
So they've also announced a Harley Quinn animated series.
Fuck off.
Really? Not keen at all?
Oh,
I think
I'd
that
be
was
keen if I had faith that they're not going to turn it into trash.
Okay, because apparently it's being based on the current run of comics, like where Harley Quinn's out on her own, running amok in the city or whatever. But wait and see. Because it's meant to be adult oriented. So
In my mind, Harley
is that
Quinn,
what your worry is? Yeah.
it's a very DC layman in my mind and everything I've read. I think Harley works better as a supporting character as opposed to a main character.
Unfortunately, she's blown up, so everything has to be about. She's front and center.
She's
at
one
the
of the
moment.
highest selling comic characters of last year for DC.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
think
her
she's just
solo
a very
stuff.
interesting character.
Her stuff is funny. Like her solo comics they're funny. I haven't read all of them. Like I read the original like 2000 whatever one where they 2010. I don't know. Like whatever year it was they put out in her original series. That was great. And then they kind of rebooted her again, but with the same writers under Rebirth. Sorry.
Yep.
So New 52 Harley, same writers did the Rebirth. I haven't been reading the Rebirth stuff. Yeah, it's violent, sure. But what they worry me with this whole, it's going to be based on that, but it's adult orientated. I'm like, okay, so by adult orientated, you mean it's going to have
Deadpool.
like the violence of, Deadpool or something? Is that what we're going for? Or by adult orientated, you mean it's going to be very sexualized towards the male comic book reader? Like that's what you're trying to
Yeah.
fucking shoot for. If it's that, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because it'll just be it'll just be shit. It'll be absolute shit.
Okay. Yep. So wait and see on that one. And last thing they confirmed
The best announcement.
a Swamp Thing live action TV series.
Yes.
I'll watch that.
It's being written by Mark Verheiden and Gary Deborah. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your names. They've done work on shows like Constantine, Hero, Smallville, Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Gary wrote It and Annabelle Creation, so they've obviously got a bit of horror cred. And then James Wan and Michael Cleo are going to be executive producing.
Yes,
I believe James
bitch.
Wan's going to direct the pilot, possibly.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so apparently he said on Twitter, audience should expect mood, mystery, gothic romance, and swamp monsters.
It's all I want.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for this. This is the best announcement. They like streaming service. I don't give a fuck. Teen Titans looks trash. Harley Quinn, I have no faith in that being good. Young Justice coming back, cool, whatever. You know, like they could have come back to Netflix, like in the long run, you know?
Yep.
But they're like, new streaming service, and one of our shows for it's going to be this Swamp Thing being executive produced by James Wan.
Yep.
Yes. I'll pay for your fucking streaming service.
Is there any talk on how much it's going to cost?
No, there's no talk of what it's going to cost. There's no talk about... Well, there's talk about what else is going to be on the streaming service.
Because I saw talk about they should include comics as in similar to how Marvel Unlimited does it.
That's what people are hoping. I doubt it, unfortunately.
Highly doubt it.
It's odd that DC haven't done something like that, to be honest.
Yeah, it is, but, I mean, if people are paying for the comics, why do you need to give them away for a subscription price, I guess?
I'm sure they'd have insider stats on how well it's worked out for Marvel.
Because I'd pay for it. I'd read more DC stuff if I could do a subscription, kind of like Marvel.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people would.
Yeah. And I'm not going to pay for the subscription just to watch Swamp Thing.
Okay.
Unless I get a free month trial and I can just binge it all.
I am.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing's amazing. Swamp Thing's one of DC's best.
I like Alan Moore's run on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even in the new stuff, he's great. All the stuff like, his stuff like just interacting with the dark characters, like anything, you know, you get Constantine in there, you get Deadman, you get whoever the fuck else you want up in there with Swamp Thing. All of that is great. Swamp Thing by himself. Have any of you watched the original Swamp Thing movie?
No.
Oh my god, it's bad. It is so bad. But
What a surprise.
But at the same
Next
time,
week on What Do You Want to Watch?
but that's what this is kind of gonna. I swear the TV show will be more like the storyline that tried to tell, which is the basic premise of Swamp Thing, I suppose, without like the more. So the comics now get into him like visiting Batman, you know, shop like, come help me save a fucking forest or whatever.
Yeah.
The movie was just guy goes out there, guy turns into swamp monster. He's in love with the girl. You know, it's like it's very typical Beauty and Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, yeah, sure. Yeah, any of
I don't
those
know, did
kind of
Frankenstein
tales, I
have
guess.
somebody love
Yeah,
them?
Mrs. Frankenstein.
Yeah, he loved the girl.
Okay.
But I think that's what the TV show will be, I suppose, just the more...
At least the first season.
Or at least the first season, yeah. So I'm excited for this. I if not solely for the fact it is a comic-based series that doesn't... It won't be like any of the others, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you could be like, oh, how's Teen Titans going to be like Arrow? Like, it's the same. Like, it's the same sort of feel, you know? It's like still in a city, people... Justice, saving people, whatever. Like, they're trying to be heroes. Black Lightning on Netflix. It's still a guy going around trying to vigilante justice, whatever. You know, very much all the same. All the Marvel ones, vigilante. This is like creepy, gothic, weird swamp monster shit happening. It's not like the rest of it. So
is Constantine and all that in the main DC universe, or are they in separate?
Yeah, they're in the main. They all got jumbled together.
Yeah.
Justice League Dark. Is literally a team and a movie that that Guillermo del Toro was rumored to be attached to for years.
Still in the works, I think.
It's never gonna happen. Although I had such dreams for it. I legit years and years and years ago when Man of Steel came out and they were talking about the rumor of Justice League Dark and like the idea that one day would get a Justice League movie. I remember saying, probably to Sam, I guess, or someone, that I'm like, if I had to pick between getting a Justice League movie and a Justice League Dark movie, I would have picked the Justice League Dark movie.
Bring back Keanu Reeves.
Fuck no, that movie's terrible.
I love that movie.
Oh, I hate it so much. It's not even Constantine.
Doesn't matter.
bad.
I enjoyed the movie.
It's bad. He's not British. He doesn't smoke a single cigarette. Doesn't swear once.
No, he'd given up smoking.
It's a guilty pleasure, that one. That's all right. It's an all right
He doesn't say cunt once. You think I'm joking, but I mean, Constantine in the comics, like, drops swears left, right, and center. I remember I remember watching. Did you any of you watch the TV series Constantine?
Yeah.
I tried to. I didn't like it.
I think it's slow for the first 3 episodes, and then it kind of kicks in the gear.
Yeah, I think I didn't get past. I didn't get very.
Well, it didn't
far
help
into
that they replaced the female lead in the.
Let 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
When the new girl comes in, though,
Yeah.
she's better than the first one anyway. So
No point watching it now. It's canned.
yeah. No.
Well-
I still watched it because I really like Constantine. I watched it once it was already canned. I just binged it all. 8 episodes or 10? What do you remember how?
I think it's like
before
10.
It was canned?
10, 11.
Yeah, something like 10. But I think there's one point where they go, Constantine goes to say cunt, and they just like cut it off. He's like, you cut, and then like cut scene. I'm like, oh, the tease. And then I remember they said if they got more episodes, they're like, was going to build to him saying it. I'm like, fuck. Out of all the things I'm most disappointed about, it's like never getting him to say that word.
Well, you never know. He's on DC's Legends of Tomorrow. And
Yeah,
if
that's
this streaming service picks up, then...
Yeah, I can't imagine ever on Arrow, Stephen Amell was like, boo-doo, what up, Speedy? Doo-doo-doo.
He's on Legends
What up,
of
fucking
Tomorrow.
Arrow? You
Yep.
cunt.
He's on
That
Legends...
seems like. From never watching it, that just seems like a horrible crossover.
We just know, like, he's not in
It doesn't
the
make
main
sense.
team. He just shows up.
he's going to season 4, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Maybe after...
Because they're fighting
watch.
magical threats.
Well, he did show up in 2 episodes of Arrow as well.
It just seems so diametrically opposed to what I know the DC universe to be, and then adding all that side, like Constantine demons and all that kind of shit into it.
Well, that's always been there. People
Yeah,
like
I know.
Etric and the Demon and Zatanna and...
Yeah.
Para demons.
Yeah.
Justice League's biggest enemy.
Yeah. So what else does this DC streaming service need for you to subscribe to it? Other than Swamp Thing.
I already said I would. So
The comics
it's up
thing.
to Nick.
The comics thing? I think they need to pretty much
Properties I'm interested in.
put any DC property.
Yeah, they
that
need
have.
to make a deal with CW so
Yeah.
they can get all the shows on there,
Yeah.
I guess. Or work that out. And if they don't, that's the thing. As soon as I hear it, I'm like, okay, so all their shows are CW. If they're not,
Except
if
for-
the majority of their shows aren't on their streaming service, it's just gonna feel like a half-assed streaming service.
So they need all the animated stuff. They need all the animated films. They need all the
Or-
all the films, all the Batman
Yeah.
films, everything.
You know what else will get me?
What?
If in the future, all the new animated movies come out on there as originals.
Yeah, that would do it, wouldn't it?
That would
Especially
do
if
it.
they
That's too
if
much
they
money
keep
to
up the
do that.
quality. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel. I
Unless
don't
it's
even feel
like,
like that's a.
I feel they could do that, but 6 months later or something like that. Because I reckon they get a lot of money from selling them in the release window.
Maybe, but at the same time, I feel like that would be it's a kind of movie it's a risk reward movie you could take to get people to board your streaming service.
Yeah.
And we know DC's not adverse to risks.
If you're gonna make a streaming service, you do have to make some kind of bold move to get people
Yeah.
to jump on it. Like,
Yeah,
or else
four things isn't enough.
no. But if day one they're like, all of the CW shows will be available to watch here, 24 hours or whatever.
After
Which sounds ridiculous. And so here's the problem with this. As I'm saying it, I'm thinking about all the legalities. In America, I don't think that would be a problem because they've got the CW streaming app there, and you can watch it all for free on the CW website and whatever else.
Yeah.
You know, like it's fine. There. In Australia, the only way to watch it is to pay for Foxtel.
Yep.
So we get fucked in this situation, I guess.
Well, the streaming if you apply for if you enter your email for updates, it currently says you have to be American.
yeah.
So
well,
this is probably going to be America first, and then see how it goes.
Yes, most likely. Or it'll just come out here with 4 things and come out there with all the CW stuff and the animated stuff and whatever else. And they're
Yeah.
like charging the same amount in Australia for just the Swamp Thing show. Fuck. I'll still pay for it if it's only $10. Just
Well, if
watch
it all comes out in one go, then
Yeah.
you just pay for 1 month, and then
it'll be interesting to
Yeah.
see, I suppose. But yeah, I think all the CW shows definitely need to be on it, and then I think all the CW shows plus those new shows is a decent start out the gate.
Yeah.
Like that should be your bare minimum. And then if you want to make it into something special, you start thinking about stuff like the animated stuff showing up on there first. Then integrating comics into it is the next step after that.
That's probably the thing that will keep people around there long term, I think.
The comics will, yeah. But you do need like the flashy shows to stick on posters to grab mainstream people, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to sell it you're going to get more people buying it for the shows than the comics from the start, I think.
Yep.
How much do you reckon it's going to cost? I reckon any more than $10 a month, and it's going to
No, I think $9.99.
Yeah. It's a good start. But yeah, again, it just depends on what they're offering.
$9.99 American.
Yeah. If they include the comics, it'll probably be maybe a slight bit higher.
Maybe there's deals, plans.
Yeah, plans.
TV shows only, or with the comics.
Yeah.
A couple extra bucks. $15, $14.99 with the comics.
Yeah.
I think that's still worth it.
Also, do you think DC Universe is a good name? Because it's like pretty.
No, I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not terrible. It's just not great.
Yeah, it's not great.
I can see the layman going, DC Universe, is this connected to the movie universe? Is
Yeah.
this connected to some
Yeah,
other
yeah.
universe?
Yeah.
Well, they literally have the DC cinematic universe. They also call their animated universe something else. Like a bunch of the animated movies are all connected, and they refer to that as like the DC animated cinematic. You know, like some fucking gibberish thing.
Yeah.
The DC comic universe. The
DC
whatever else.
CW universe?
Yeah, the CW universe.
I only call it universe if you're encompassing all the universes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next story I want to talk about, Justin Lin returning to Fast and the Furious. He's going to direct 9 and 10, according to Vin Diesel.
According to Vin Diesel.
Who I think is probably a pretty solid source.
The number one source for Vin Diesel fan sites is Vin Diesel.
No, he's out promoting that supercharged thing they're doing in America. at the
Yeah, I
moment.
saw an interview where he also said that Mia's going to be back in it. Georgiana Brewster is returning for 9. Apparently, he said, which is Paul Walker's character's wife. You know,
Widow.
So yes, this is exciting because Justin Lin directed all the best ones. He directed Tokyo Drift, 4, 5.
Yeah, he directed
6,
3, 4, 5,
7.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
7
He directed
directed
all
by
of them.
James Wan. Number 8 directed by F. Gary Gray.
Yeah. So he went off to make Star Trek.
Yep.
And then they brought in,
James Wan.
You just said James Wan to do 7, and James Wan did really good for that, considering he was a horror movie director. That was his first big action movie. I'm sure that helped him get the Aquaman role. And then F. Gary Gray did the next one. Vin Diesel apparently wanted him after Straight Outta Compton.
Yep.
8's the worst one since 2, I guess. So, but I don't really. That was more the script fault. But James Wan did do all the best ones. He did bring in a bunch of new characters that helped revitalize the franchise. He brought in the whole like family mantra that has become the thing that everyone loves about the franchise. He brought in most of the silly, ridiculous action of it. It's great. He's going to finish the franchise. I think if anyone deserves to finish off the franchise, it's the guy who did the best.
Who revived it, really.
Yeah. I really like him as well. I always talk about there's a movie called Better Luck Tomorrow, which maybe I'll make us watch on this show one day, because it's a really interesting movie about it's basically about like Asian Americans dealing with like going to high school. Like there's a whole group of friends of them, and it's like kind of they get involved with some bad people, blah 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 blah. But the cool thing about that movie is that Han's in it, like the character Han's in it.
Okay, yeah.
The same actor and everything. He's literally called Han. Even if you look on the front cover of the DVD and you see his silhouette, because it's like a silhouette case, you can tell it's Han just by the way he's standing and everything. And then when he got the Tokyo Drift job, he brought that character over to that movie. So in my head canon, Better Luck Tomorrow is a canon Fast and Furious movie. Even though it's like a drama thriller.
Yeah. So people are also hoping that he fixed the Han Deckard problem that was created in number 8. Where Deckard
that
is
keeps
currently
me up at night.
part of the family.
That was one of my biggest problems with that movie.
Because apparently he was doing press like around that time, and he heard about what happened, and he was not impressed.
Yeah. Well, it's weird though because like the same guy writes them all, Chris Morgan. We don't know like what say Vin Diesel has in the writing process. He probably has a lot more than we think because he like just shovels the money back into the franchise, the executive producer, and basically runs the show. But it is interesting that they made such a weird character choice because as ridiculous as the movies have been, they didn't do such a weird 180 simply for the sake of making a spin-off. Like it seemed out of character even for Fast and Furious. Like, we'll make this guy who was super bad, but now he's going to save the baby and it's really fun and he's on, now he's going to do this. Yeah, no, that was odd. Yeah. That was odd. Anyway, I'm looking forward to 9 and 10. What can I say? I'm an admitted Fast and Furious lover.
The only thing is he's got a lot of projects listed on his IMDb at the moment. Let me tell you what they are and tell me whether you think he'll follow through. So he's currently in pre-production for a Magnum PI TV movie.
No?
Like pre-production cast yet?
Yeah, that's probably happening.
Then Fast and Furious 9 and 10.
Yes, he'll do both those.
A Shaolin Temple remake.
No.
A Bourne sequel with Jeremy Renner.
No.
Space Jam 2.
Fuck no.
And a Hot Wheels movie.
That'll happen.
That's the one that'll happen?
That one will definitely happen. That one has Hasbro money behind it or some shit, surely.
Yeah, I think it's Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Looks like he's got a full docket at the moment.
Good for him.
So this week's Mitch Hurwitz announced that he's recut season 4 of Arrested Development on Netflix. So that instead of the 15 sort of extended episodes that they had released in 2014 now, he's cut them into 22 shorter episodes. Does this make you more interested in possibly returning to rewatch Arrested Development season 4?
I never watched season 4, but I got to get around to watching it one day, so I'll watch that one, I guess.
Yeah, so it's out now. They've got both the remix episodes and the original.
I heard it was
format.
Very controversial because each episode was focused on a single character or something.
That was they did that for scheduling reasons, as far as I'm aware. I didn't mind, but
I think the whole thing with Arrested Development is the whole family dynamic.
Yeah.
I never finished watching the original run.
Really?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Sorry. No. Well, I obviously didn't watch it when it was airing.
Yeah.
It was one of those things I tried to get into years ago. And
Goes back to Dylan hates fun.
I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was great. I just didn't click for me.
It doesn't click for you? Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm keen
Adam
to...
Sandler.
I put the pilot on today to rewatch it, and maybe I'll go back and revisit it all with fresh eyes. Because season 5's coming at some point. I'm pretty sure they're filming at the moment.
Go.
Yeah.
Maybe I found it so weird seeing Michael Cera so young.
Yeah, he is super young in that.
Super young. It was
You
weird.
mean, Ali Shawkat, I think her name is. The other, the girl.
Portrait de Rossi.
Jason Bateman doesn't age though, I'll tell you that.
No, he looks the same.
He looks exactly the same as he did
And Will
in
Arnett,
that movie
yeah.
I watched the other week.
And Jeffrey
And the
Tambor.
Joker's in it.
Oh, Jeffrey Tambor doesn't age either, actually.
Yeah. It's going to be like that forever. Also announced in the past fortnight, Star Wars Resistance. The new animated series from Dave Filoni. Going to be set in the period between 6 and 7, where a pilot's going to be trying to keep an eye on the spying against the First Order. Dylan, you're a huge Rebels fan, Star Wars fan in general. What do you think of this announcement?
I could not believe that people on the internet were going off about this for some reason. I saw such an uproar.
Like a bad?
Yeah, like bad. People are like, this
Okay.
is trash. Like, what? We didn't want this series, blah, 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 blah. I'm like half of it were people who were just like, I don't want to watch a show about fucking fighter pilots. Like, they're the C-grade characters. You know, like, we want, like, Jedis or, like, rebel leaders or some shit. I was like, okay, these are weird. And then the other half was...
Everybody hated Poe.
Yeah, well, I don't know. And then the other weird thing was... so there's A, them. B, because they said this is going to be a more anime-inspired. People are like,
Yeah.
I don't want the fucking art style to be inspired by anime. Fucking blah, blah, blah. And then the last thing was people, because the end of Rebels teased what we thought the next series would be about. I still don't know if I can... I won't spoil it. But they they set it up so that the next series could take some of the characters out of Rebels, and the idea of what that series would be about seemed very obvious. And I think everyone on the internet, running through Reddit threads or whatever, got so deep in their head that that must be what the next series is. That must be what it is. That when this was announced, they're like, what the fuck? This is fucking bullshit, blah, 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 blah. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
It's not something that I've seen in any of the animated series before. It's focusing on a specific group. You'll get to see a lot more like space combat and shit, presumably. So, yeah,
It's
I'm
more
down.
focused on the new era. Apparently, Poe Dameron and Captain Phasma are going to make appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'll need to see a trailer or something.
Yeah.
I mean, all we saw was a fucking poster with barely anything on it.
BB-8 and
I tell you
Oh,
what,
shit.
That
the
was it.
poster isn't very intriguing.
No, the poster's not very intriguing. It's like
sucks.
a teaser poster though. It's not even like it's like an announcement poster. It's not what's going to be put up on like walls, you know. It's
Yeah.
not like what you're going to get in your K-Zone magazine. It's just here. This is a thing that's going to be coming soon. We probably had to announce it now because we're probably doing a stock out of like a fucking meeting soon or whatever, and this was going to leak. So let's just announce it our way before it gets out the way we don't want it to. This is the next series. Here's the brief premise of what it's going to be about, and we'll probably show you a real trailer for it at Star Wars Celebration.
yeah.
I don't know.
When's
Like
Star
that's-
Wars Celebration?
October? No,
Yeah, it's after Comic-Con, right?
It's after Comic-Con though. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's when I suppose they'll announce it
Yeah.
properly.
And maybe they're still doing that other series.
They could still.
They've got
literally
a
be working
Disney
on
streaming service that they need to put stuff on.
that. Yeah. Well, another thing of note is Rebels was wrapped so long ago.
Yeah.
Like by the time they finished that show, I'm pretty sure everyone who recorded voiceover for the last episode was like, "Oh fuck, we recorded that like the voiceover for that like a year ago." Like that, it's the work that goes into animation is like everyone records their lines, and then of course everyone goes off and animates it and does all that work. Blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. So they could have been working on this show
That whole
like,
time.
a year ago, year and a half ago, like I don't know, ages ago, and then they could be working on this other show at the same time to have in the off season or something like that. I don't know, but it's Star Wars, unique premise. I'll wait for a teaser trailer or a trailer to get more on it. I think though.
Okay. Have you both seen What Do We Do in the Shadows? Or What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
Yes?
I loved it.
Yes. FX has announced What We Do in the Shadows TV series. Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, co-creators and executive producers. It's set in New York. Thoughts?
Unnecessary.
Is it connected to the movie?
I don't think so. I think it's an adaptation.
I likely won't watch it.
You likely will. let's be real. You'll at least watch an episode.
Depends
So-
if it's on something I've got.
It's at
that
least
helps.
the original. It's at least the original writers and everything.
Yep.
And cast. So it's everything that
No,
makes.
so it's a new cast.
But the two main characters isn't Jermaine and.
Yeah, they're not playing the roles though.
Still likely won't watch it.
I thought they were playing the characters. So they're just,
No,
like,
as far as I
producing
can tell, they're not.
it. I'm
They're
out.
just doing.
I think
behind-the-scenes
I think
stuff.
it's like an American
Yeah,
adaptation.
it's a very
I guess.
American thing to take a British show or an Australian show or something.
Okay,
and
yeah, no.
adapt
I
it.
thought they were still playing the characters
No.
that they play. Okay, so I'm out.
No,
Change
you'll
my
likely
mind.
watch
That
an
was-
episode, Dylan.
You'll watch an episode.
Like I'm with Nick now. I apologize. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that kind of threw me. I think the cast in the movie had such an awesome chemistry. It's going to be hard to replicate.
And I don't think it
another-
needs to be expanded at all. I think it's fine as the movie. Like I don't need to know more about anything to do with that world.
Well,
I'm down for the werewolves movie.
yeah, they're still working on the Werewolves movie sequel, and apparently this year they're releasing Wellington Paranormal on New Zealand TV, which is focused on the two cop characters from the film
Yeah.
dealing with paranormal stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for all that because
Yeah.
it's all like
Connect.
it's more like connected universe. Let's not go. Let's not
Yeah.
start calling it what we do in the shadows connected universe. But like it's based on that original thing, doing something else. Like it's not more of the same. Taking other characters, like I could see more of the werewolves. I can see the cop thing sounds interesting when I watched an interview with them talking about it last year or whenever it was. But an American remake solely for the sake of Americanizing it, fuck off. Don't care.
Okay. Apparently, Netflix's most popular genre for the first quarter of 2018 was sci-fi fantasy, and apparently they're working to get more of that sort of product on the channel, on the streaming service. First time in a while that comedy has been overtaken as the most popular category. What do you guys think?
They're like the modern day sci-fi, but their shows are really good.
I feel like most of their shows are sci-fi, so like Altered Carbon and all that sort of
Black
shit.
Mirror,
like Lost in
Stranger
Space
Things,
now,
Lost in
Black
Space,
Mirror,
yeah.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things is like the biggest show. Like
Would you
arguably
say?
at the moment.
Yeah?
Like at the moment, I don't know if like overall it beats House of Cards or Orange is the New Black numbers, but like
Yeah.
Zeitgeist currently, Stranger Things I'd say is their most popular show.
Yep.
So yeah, I know that makes sense. I guess.
Lemony Snicket's.
Lemony Sickness is fantasy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I'm happy about it.
So in the past 2 weeks, Hasbro bought the rights to Power Rangers in full. It was like a massive deal. It was like $522 million. They got a bunch of other properties. Everybody's going crazy thinking that Hasbro's going to release their whole new Hasbro connected universe. So they'd have Power Rangers, Mask, Transformers, ROM, G.I. Joe, Micronauts. Is that something you want to see?
Do you know Mask is in like the Jim Carrey mask?
No, Mask as in the robots, the Transformers ripoff, I think.
No idea.
I
No?
don't want a connected universe with all these characters. The news does not affect me. The movie wasn't great that they put out beforehand.
It was enjoyable.
The TV,
it wasn't
it was
great.
okay. It wasn't great.
I don't think
There was good
I don't
bits.
think Power Rangers are that big of a property these days.
They're still airing. Airing season 25 at the moment. And they've got a deal with Nickelodeon to go through till 2021.
Children watch it.
Well, that's where all the money is. Hasbro bought
Children,
the
they
toys.
got so much money.
Hasbro bought the toy line before they even bought the rights to the series, so they must see some sort of money in there.
I don't feel like this news affects many people, to be honest. I don't feel like much is going to change. I feel like you could wait a year or two from now, and whatever's happened with the Power Rangers line of property, you could point out to someone, hey, Hasbro bought these guys 2 years ago, and you'd be like, oh, didn't even know.
Tell you what, I want an Action Man movie.
Who owns Action Man?
I don't know.
idea.
Sure.
We'll find out by next episode.
It'll be animated,
picture-
and Nick won't watch it.
You can picture. We'll fan cast a Action Man movie.
Action Man is an action figure launched in Britain in 1966 by Palitoy, is a licensed copy of Hasbro's American movable fighting man G.I. Joe.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I always saw Action Man. I never saw G.I. Joe. So I
think Action Man was
I thought it was like
more
they changed.
Australian, British, where we didn't get the G.I. Joes. Or not the big ones that were like Action Man.
No, I done Action Man. Action Man PC game was one of the first PC games I ever played. My toy, had a little knife, took his shirt off.
Yep.
He looked alright.
All right. So they've announced that Isabella Mona from Transformers: The Last Night is going to be playing Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
Directed by James Bobbin, the guy behind the most recent Muppets movies, and Alice Looking Through the Glass, I think it's called.
What age
Through the
group's this
Looking
podcast
Glass.
directed at?
I just find this fascinating news. It's getting filmed in Australia, so there's it's good for the Australian film industry. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Look,
That
as a big Dora the Explorer fan,
yeah.
I'm questionable of this casting. They're going to have a little buddy. Is he going to get a spin-off movie? It's going to be a Dora the Explorer connected universe.
Oh yeah,
They're
then
in fucking
they're gonna have
Diego?
Boots?
Who's playing Diego?
Yes, thank you. Diego.
They haven't announced Diego yet.
Fuck.
Are they gonna have a real monkey as Boots, or are they gonna have a CGI monkey? That's what we
Better
need to
be
know.
a real monkey.
Are they going to teach kids how to speak Spanish during the movie?
I guess. I don't know.
They randomly stop.
I
The
don't-
movie just comes to a halt. Someone runs down the aisle and it's like, see.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be interesting. Apparently, it's being done by Michael Bay's production team. So
Fuck off. Dora
pulls out a rocket launcher and fucking blows up the tribal village. They fucking explode.
Swiper comes out in a mech.
It's fucking Rambo 2, but with fucking Dora.
Alright.
Uno, dos, tres, explosion.
And our last story, it's Sabrina Watch. They finally confirmed that the Sabrina TV series is going to be called Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And they released the first official picture of Sabrina in costume. Yeah, that's about it. They show the
This
logo
was
on
a
the chair.
non-story. I saw it. I was like, I didn't even realize that hadn't been officially confirmed. Like, I just assumed it was
just
an
all
officially
assumed, yeah.
confirmed thing. But I was like, okay, cool. I like the text. I like the font. I still reckon she looks great as Sabrina. So,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Can
the
you just
outfit
hurry
it looks like the comics because I'm pretty sure she wears a headband. and
Yeah,
everything.
she wears that on the front cover of like the 2000 series front cover. I think cool. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is the title of a show that I'm excited for that I already thought was confirmed to be Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. But there you go. Just give me a fucking trailer soon.
Yep. Well, I'm just scrounging every little bit of Sabrina news until it comes
I
out.
appreciate it. It's fine.
Yeah,
We can talk about Sabrina for a hot 30 seconds every show. It's fine.
that's fine. All right. So now, returning segment because it was so well received last time, and members of this podcast wanted to have it happen again. We're revisiting Which Would You Rather Watch? Which would you rather watch?
Nick's
So,
favorite show.
I love this segment. I think I'll come in on my holidays to do this show.
So we go to flickchart.com. It gives us two movies, and we have to pick which one we would rather watch. If someone in one of the three of us hasn't seen the movie, it gets added to our list of shame. There are already a lot of good movies that are currently on that list of shame.
Thanks to you.
On Ash's list and shame.
No, not pointing anybody out. So,
Just did.
our first two movies, Back to the Future Part 2 and Adam's Family Values. I've seen both.
I've seen both.
I also have seen both.
Which would you rather? I'm assuming we're all going to say Back to the Future 2.
Correct.
No, Adam's Family.
What? Really?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Is that the second one's the one where cousin it? Like, no.
No, I'm pretty sure this is the one where Uncle Fester comes back and
That's
he's
the
lost
one.
his memory.
Isn't it the one where he falls in love with some chick?
Oh my god.
I can't. The two blend together.
Look, I have better memories and enjoy my time better with Adam's Family, where I can appreciate Back to the Future as a good movie and was significant for its time, but I don't know, Back to the Future never really moves the needle for
Back
me.
to the Future 2. Space cars,
Uncle
hoverboards.
Fester from his gold digging new love, a
Yes.
black widow named Debbie.
Yeah.
Is the plot, yes.
Need to recut
is-
that with Gold Digger playing over the top.
It's fine, but it's not as good
Yeah.
as Back to the Future Part 2.
Not as good as Back to the Future Part 2. Next two films. Night at the Museum and Tropic Thunder.
Seen both.
Seen both?
As have I.
I would pick Tropic Thunder.
As would I.
Night at the Museum.
It's fair. Both Ben Stiller movies.
Yeah.
Two movies are Big Fish and The Parboys. I've seen neither of these films.
I've seen
Me
both.
either.
Which would you have picked, Dylan?
The left one, whatever it was, I've already
Big
forgot.
Fish.
There you
Okay.
go.
This is going to surprise no one, but Die Hard 2, Kill Bill Volume 2. I haven't seen Die Hard 2.
Throwback to the first choice, Christopher Lloyd was in both of those movies too.
Yeah?
He was.
The two films are Tangled and Kill Bill 2, Volume 2.
I've seen both.
I've seen
As
both.
have I.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
This is a tough choice because I don't
Yeah.
really like either of them.
I had to think about it. Like, I actually
I
had to
think-
be like,
I think maybe Tangled.
Yeah, I think I might go Tangled 2. Because I like Volume 1 more than I like Volume 2.
Yeah, so
I'm not
Volume 1 is miles better than Volumes 2.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on yous. I'll allow it.
You'll allow it. Next films are Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Death in the Land of Encartos.
I have no idea what that is.
Has no one seen
Never
that?
seen that one.
No. It's such a list of shame it goes to. Well, I feel so shameful I haven't seen whatever the fuck that was.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith versus Mission Impossible 2.
Seen both.
Seen both?
As have I.
I would go Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I would also go Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, it's okay for what it is.
It's better. It's good.
comprehensible.
At what it is, better than Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
Doing what that's trying to do.
Kill Bill Volume 1 and Reservoir Dogs.
Ooh.
Quentin
Reservoir
Tarantino
Dogs.
movies.
Reservoir
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. Nick?
I would go Kill Bill, actually.
Jeez, for a movie you don't like.
No, I like Kill Bill Volume 1.
Oh, okay. Just Volume 2.
I think Reservoir Dogs is one I have to be in the mood for, where Kill Bill, I reckon I could watch anytime.
Yeah. But Reservoir Dogs. Who Framed Roger Rabbit and The Departed?
Seen both.
Seen
So
both?
have I.
Yeah?
The Departed.
Departed.
Yeah,
One of
Departed.
my favourite movies of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, for the band. Fucking Irish Murphys. Dropkick Murphys.
Dropkick Murphys.
Thank you.
American Pie 2 and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I have seen both.
I've seen both.
I don't think I've seen American Pie 2, actually.
Okay, that's...
Oh shit! You missed out on
What a shame.
the lesbian scene that everyone loves.
Oh, this is easier. The Incredibles...
I don't need American Pie for that.
The Incredibles and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I've seen both.
I've seen
So
both.
have
I would say Incredibles.
I'd say Indiana Jones.
Crazy.
You can say that, but the
can say
pick
that.
will be The Incredibles.
Oh, God.
That post.
The
Describe
films
that
are
poster. Someone describe this poster.
Batman and Robin and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, or the movie that never came out.
Well, I'll save this choice because I haven't seen Crystal Skull.
You haven't seen it.
No, and I don't think I ever will.
It's
such a
not
list
as
of
bad
shame.
as people make out, but...
Yes, it is.
Batman and Robin versus Police Academy. I've never seen a Police Academy movie.
Oh my god. That's disgraceful. That is actually disgraceful.
Sure that it is.
Great.
I really wanted to pick Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin versus Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Batman and Robin.
I've never seen Top Gun.
What?
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen the whole thing. So Batman and Robin versus Team America World Police.
Have you seen these?
Yes, I've seen these movies.
As have I.
Yes.
Yes.
It's actually a hard pick for some reason.
Nah, Batman and Robin. I have so many.
Team America World Police.
I have so many memories.
Matt
of Batman and
Damon.
Batman
Matt
and Robin.
Damon.
Batman and Robin.
Robin. I know it's a bad movie, but it's an enjoyable bad movie.
I hate that movie, but I feel like I could put it on now and enjoy myself more than watching Team America.
Okay.
I don't think it's aged as well.
Probably in this climate as well.
Why don't you
Probably
just freeze?
I feel like Batman and Robin was as shit as it was when it came out then as it is now. You know, it's just aged better than Team America.
Okay, the films are Donnie Darko and Slumdog Millionaire. I've not seen either of these films.
I've not seen Slumdog Millionaire.
Neither have I.
You haven't seen either, or
Slumdog. We both haven't seen.
How's it got
Slumdog.
Eddie not Eddie Murphy. Eddie Maguire.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and Signs? I haven't seen Signs.
Okay, I've seen both.
So have I. I don't really remember Half-Blood Prince.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince versus Meet the Fockers.
Seen both.
So
I've seen
have I.
both. I would go Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I'd go Harry Potter 2, even though I don't remember it.
How do you not remember it?
You're voting for the overall like Harry Potter movies, really, versus
Yeah.
Meet the
Meet the
Fockers.
Fockers was funny when it came out, but when I tried to watch it recently, it was just
Yeah,
cringy.
I tried to watch it like 4 years back, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Like it just did not hold
Yeah.
up.
Bit too broad. The films are The Big Lebowski and Ice Age. Big Lebowski, everyone?
I've seen both.
I've
Yeah.
seen both also.
The pick is The Big Lebowski.
Yep.
Going back on what I said on yesterday's Pleasure Explosion,
Or third,
I'd rather
yeah.
The Big Lebowski over Ice Age. Because there's moments in The Big Lebowski I like when he's fighting with the cabbie over the Eagles and Credence.
Okay. Braveheart versus Star Wars Episode 2. I've never
have
seen
seen both.
Braveheart.
You say you haven't seen Braveheart?
I have not seen Braveheart.
God.
I've seen the one scene that matters. Never take our freedom.
You see Mel Gibson's ass, that's all you cared about.
Just YouTube, Pornhub, the important part.
Okay, glitched out. And films are The Mummy and Sin City.
With the
I've seen
Russian
both.
text poster.
Yeah.
The vote is Sin City.
My vote's The Mummy.
I would go Sin City as well, yeah. I remember seeing that and getting freaked out by Elijah Wood and what he does in that film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke's so good in it.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the superior Home Alone film, versus Enemy of the State.
I haven't
Enemy
seen
of the
Enemy of the State.
You haven't seen
Okay,
Enemy
well.
of the State? Okay. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the superior Home Alone movie, versus Tomorrow Never Dies.
I've seen both.
I've seen both.
So have I.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
I would say
Never
Home Alone.
Dies.
What'd you say, Nick?
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Okay.
I got a soft spot for Bond.
Or a hard
All
spot.
Bonds or just Pierce Brosnan?
Just all Bonds, really.
Okay,
Bonds.
fair enough.
Two films are Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest versus Titanic.
Okay, can someone clarify? Is Dead Man's Chest the third one?
I was just about to ask that.
Let me...
Because I've seen the first three.
I feel
but-
like that's the first one, is it?
Yeah, I've seen the first three. No, this is... Oh no, that's Dead Man Tells No Tales. I believe it's the third one. With,
No, no,
Dead
the
Man's
third
Chest
one's that-
is the second one.
Oh, the second
Okay,
one.
so I've seen it. Okay. And the third one's called It's like on World's
At
End.
World's
or
End.
Yeah,
World's-
World's End.
Okay, yeah.
I like Dead Man's Chest with the Bill Nye as a Cthulhu looking dude.
Yeah. And it's got the water wheel fight. That's pretty cool. But I would say
Titanic.
Titanic, yeah.
Titanic.
No, I'd say Pirates.
Not a surprise here, but Saw and Stardust. I haven't seen Saw.
I haven't seen Stardust.
Okay.
I've seen both.
Good to know. Another two films I haven't seen. The Abyss
I've
and
seen
The
both.
Goonies.
You just don't watch James Cameron.
I haven't
movies.
seen The Abyss.
The Last Samurai and Ratatouille. I've seen both.
I've seen both.
I don't believe I've seen Ratatouille.
Okay.
What a roll.
Yeah, you broke my heart a little bit there, Nick. Now I know how you feel. The Last Samurai versus The Mask of Zorro. I have seen
I've
both.
seen both.
So have I.
The
I
Is
would
that the
pick-
Antonio Banderas one? And
Yeah, the Antonio
Yep.
Banderas, Anthony
Yep,
Hopkins.
That's
the first
the
one.
pick. Mask of Zorro.
Mask of Zorro.
I believe Mask of Zorro wins because of Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. And let's make this the final one. Madagascar versus Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I've seen both.
I've seen
So
both.
have I.
Madagascar.
Yeah, Madagascar.
Yeah, Madagascar.
I think Who Framed Roger Rabbit is overrated.
I think
I
it's an
haven't seen it
overrated
in a
movie
while. So
with cool technology.
yeah.
That's my description for Avatar as well.
Yeah. and Madagascar's the first one's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You
I
haven't
like
watched
to
it?
move it, move it.
Yeah, that was the song, wasn't it? Yeah.
All right, so that's what we would rather watch. But Dylan, what did we end up watching this week?
EMO the Musical.
It's okay to know when you're not good enough.
I have a disease.
Jesus
Sexy one or a not
loves
sexy
people
one?
who aren't good
Which
at
one's a
stuff.
sexy one?
Give up, come to church, come to church, come to church with me. Ethan, I'm just worried about your soul.
Directed by someone from Australia.
Neil Triffid.
And fill me in on the rest. Fucking hell. Ash
it was-
picked this.
It was originally a short film. It got
Yep.
adapted into a longer
Should have
film.
stayed that way.
I picked it on a whim. To be honest, I saw the trailer ages ago. I remember wanting to go see it in the cinema. Didn't get around to it, or it wasn't show. It was barely showing anywhere. I think
Shocking.
it still made $56 million worldwide. So
Fucking hell.
after from a $4 million budget,
They
so that's
catfished all the emos.
maybe I guess from this small segment, we can all tell your opinions on the movie. But Nick, do you want to give us the debut of your mini review?
EMO the Musical. I got some laughs, the song were catchy, and the plot was fine. The characters were the definition of cliche. The school sponsorship side plot should have been cut completely. The pacing of the first half rocketed, then it overstayed its welcome. 5.5 out of 10.
Okay, that's fair. I want to point out that it's got a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.2 on IMDb. In my defense, I didn't know it was going to be... I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. I think it's just sort of mediocre. I think there is so much in this film you could improve.
But the first half of the movie just went from fucking bang, 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 up until halfway, and then, I don't know, I knocked the screen and it only showed halfway, and was like, what the fuck, we're only halfway through it? It should have only been like 45 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, it's a story of a guy who's an emo, tried to kill himself at his previous school.
I don't think he was even emo, really.
No,
I think he was just pretending to be emo.
Yeah. Yeah. So he falls in love with this girl who's a good Christian girl, and then it's like Romeo and Juliet, guys.
No, it is not.
The catapults.
Yeah. It's like West Side Story. I don't know. Yeah.
This movie made me want to kill myself, you know? Like...
What score would you give it, Dylan?
3.
Really, that bad?
Or 2. I don't like. I haven't put a final number. It's like it's the worst thing I've watched in so long. I nearly turned it off.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was unwatchable.
I don't think it was that bad.
No.
Oh,
I laughed at some points.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh at anything.
I feel bad laughing about the gay guy and his conversion, his electrotherapy.
It was pretty fun.
I found the plot offensive.
Yeah, I could see how it could be, but
Not me personally, but like in general, like I think it's offensive. It's not funny. It's just stupid and offensive.
yeah, I think
like
that
Funny.
I think Nick hit the nail on the head when he said it was as cliche as possible. All the characters.
Let's start with the gay character thing. And
Yeah.
we're not caring about spoilers of this because no one's going to watch this. Because I don't suggest you watch this. So fuck any spoilers. The gay character who is being electroshock therapy with a little thing he sticks on his finger and then he like has a clap on his phone or something to activate it. Fuck, I don't know. He like electroshocks himself when he has like gay thoughts. And his character arc for this movie was gay guy in hiding. Boyfriend is like a jock dude. They get discovered. He gets sent off to a Christian camp to become straight. Credits. The movie's like...
Oh, did you see the mid-credits, post-credit scene?
No, I turned it
fucking
off.
serious? Are you fucking
I'm
serious?
100% serious. His boyfriend comes goes into the I don't know, whatever it's called, re-education camp.
The Nazi camp for gay people, sure.
Yeah.
Run by
And
Christians.
he pulls out a crowbar and says, let's get out of here. Let's go to Queensland. Yep, and then they smile, and then then the real credits start.
Okay.
Yep, so you missed that crucial piece of storytelling.
Oh, that was just one of my
That would have
problems.
brought it like 5 or 6 points up, right?
Nope. I don't think putting a saving grace for your shitty treatment of a character in a mid-credit sequence is a saving point. Then the other moral, I don't know what the moral of the story is, because it's like you got the main character who's an emo, and the point of the story is supposed to be, he's pretending to be someone else the whole movie, and then at the end he gives up on the emo thing, and he tries to he pretends to be a Christian because he thinks that's what he's supposed to do, I'll pretend to be a Christian now to fit in with that crowd, and then
He wanted to make her happy. That's what he was.
He
trying
wanted to
do.
make her happy, and then she's like, "No, I just wanted you to be you." So the message of the movie is supposed to be like, "Be you, man," but.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
What a terrible message to send, right, Dylan?
They don't even get that. He doesn't even be himself at the end. He's still just like he never forms into any sort of character. He gets told that, he plays the song on stage, gets the girl, I suppose, and then they walk off being like, let's go watch a zombie movie. No, it's too violent. I suppose I hate violence. Like, I literally pictured him walking around the corner going, yeah, I don't like zombie movies either. I was just joking. Like, I did not see any, like, it didn't make sense. It was stupid. The acting was terrible by everyone, bar one of the girls who's gone on to star in that Blockers movie.
Yeah, I was shocked to see her in this. I didn't realize she was Australian.
Yeah, I'm staring at her for ages going, I've seen this girl somewhere recently. I
Which
pull
one
open
was
IMDb as I'm like not watching the movie because it's fucking terrible, and then look her up. Oh, I can't pronounce the name because she's...
What?
Is that the
Geraldine.
Sri Lankan one?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Geraldine, a name I can't pronounce.
Yes, a name I can't pronounce also. But she's like one of the main girls in Blockers. She's the standout role.
Geraldine
star of this movie.
Viswanathan.
She's the star of this movie because she's not in it much, but she goes on to actually become a good actress later and star in the movie Blockers, which is a lot better than this movie, and we should have watched that instead. The music,
Well, we can't,
I'll
'cause it's-
give you something.
Yeah.
That one song, terrible, but got stuck in my head. It was literally like Christians knocking on my door, trying
Go to church.
turn me.
Go to church.
Go to church. I finished watching this movie. I'm like in the shower, like go to church. Go. I'm like, they fucking got me. They've got me. They've got me fucked.
What did you think about the whole fucking sponsored by the antidepressant company?
I
was
found that
fucking
amusing.
stupid.
I think
It was ridiculous. They're like,
it's
I don't
like a
know.
real
it
public
made
school.
literally 0 cents.
That's what I'm saying. It's
No
offensive.
public school would ever be fucking take money from something like that.
It is offensive. It's not even funny. Like, it's just a shit joke that doesn't make sense. Like, if you ever want to find the definition of, like, oh, like, everyone's too offended now, like, you can't joke about anything. No, you can joke about whatever you want. You can make jokes about depression and whatever, if it's actually funny. If it's not, you get this reaction from me. You're shit. You're shit, and it's offensive. Utter trash. Ban this from Australia. Ban this from Netflix. It's fucking terrible.
I found parts of it funny.
yeah.
Trash.
Like that
movie.
first song, I enjoyed them telling their fellow students to give up. There's no point.
Yeah, that
But it
was
doesn't matter because God loves you.
What was the moral of the... So, Sri Lankan girl gets impregnated by the Asian Christian dude.
Yep.
yeah.
There's no payoff to that story either, really. It's
No.
just like,
No.
at the end of the movie, he walks off. He's lost his dudes. Like, he just, like, walks off. And she's, like, meets one of the emo, dumbass, blonde kid or whatever.
The drummer.
And suddenly she's like,
Stereotypical
cool,
drummer.
I guess you could be the father of my child now. And they walk off. Okay.
Yeah, the girl in the band pretty funny. The emo power couple or whatever.
Oh, the sport one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Run on that stereotype as well. Like, oh, the emos don't do sport, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Cool cameo as the dude who plays Wilfred.
Adam Czar.
Yeah.
Adam something. Yeah.
And the teacher
Shows
is
up
from
in
McLeod's
one
Daughters.
shot.
Yeah. He was in one shot. That was one of the coolest parts of the movie, I thought, when he
And
was
then
in it.
Dylan
for
Lewis
5
shows
seconds.
up as the musician at the end.
As the musician. Yeah.
Who it turns out is sold out the whole entire time.
Yeah. So I don't know what the moral of the story was there either. Like, what the point of that was.
Don't believe in your heroes.
Yeah, don't believe in heroes. They all suck. And all musicians are sellouts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, this movie has no point. It is literally the definition. And Nick said before, it should have stayed as a short. This is the definition of a movie that I haven't watched the short, and it might be funny as a short, where you don't have to expand out the characters and give reason for shit, because you can kind of just have a short where you just play on the funny idea of an emo school, and it's a musical, whatever. Have one song, 2 songs, whatever, it's done.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you expand on an idea and you don't fully flesh out the characters or the premise to fit a feature-length time.
Yep.
You get this.
Do you want to hear my worst gripe about this film?
Yeah?
They don't know how to play the instruments. That just bugged me so much. It's like, just put some effort in. Just take a couple of music
lip-syncing?
lessons.
The lip-syncing I also found off
Yeah.
a lot of the time. And also the voices, just like, they'd be singing, the voices just like would seem so off, and the lip-syncing's off. And it's a musical, so you kind of want to get that part right, maybe,
Yeah.
where they're singing. That's helpful for a musical.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie though.
And all the songs are so short. I mean,
Sorry?
all the songs were like really short or just snippets, really.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can really call it musical.
Well, it's in the title, you know?
I know. Yeah.
Like all other great musicals.
I was
La
really
La Land,
hopeful,
the
man.
musical.
I was hopeful for another Sing Street, but it was not.
Fuck no, this is never gonna be a Sing Street.
Go see Street. Go see
I watched
Sing
the
Street.
fucking trailer for this shit, and I'm like, we are in for a hell of a time. But like, please surprise me and at least be okay. No, yeah, go watch Sing Street. Sing Street is an amazing movie. Watch that instead, please. Support the not the Australian scene.
Oh man, that don't do that. Support Australian films.
Yeah, good ones.
Watch them legally. I guess that brings us to the end of this fortnight's episode of What Do You Want to Watch? Nick, where can people find you on the internet or on Trakt.tv?
You can find me at Lord and Prior, Prior.
Dylan, where can people find you at those two places?
Viva la Dill. Vivaladil. Did not give a fuck about that movie.
I would be surprised if people didn't realize that by this point of the show. You can find me at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEYHOBLEY. You can find the Explosion Network on Twitter at Explosion Pod. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Explosion Network or on YouTube at youtube.com/Explosion Network. Check out our Avengers Infinity War review discussion. It's great. It's almost as long as the film. It's probably longer than EMO the Musical, so maybe just watch that instead.
And it's better than Emo the Musical.
It does have the caveat that you need to see Infinity War before you watch it, but that's the only problem.
And I still feel like it's better.
You can check out all our amazing content over at explosionnetwork.com. If you've got any advice, anything that you want us to see, email us at mail@explosionnetwork.com. And of course, maybe leave us one of those iTunes reviews. Sign up for an Apple account. It's really simple. Leave us a 5-star review and just let us know what you thought of EMO the Musical in the review. And we'll read it out. That sounds like a fun time. All right. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
Hello, it's Kieran here from the Explosion Network, and this be your ad read from May 2018. If you're a fan of top 10 lists, then boy oh boy do we have a show for you that does just as well as BuzzFeed, WatchMojo, IGN, or anywhere bloody else, to be perfectly honest, but in about half the time. Top 5 with Nick is currently airing in its first season, and the season's theme is video games. We love video games here at the Explosion Network. Join Nick and 2 guests every fortnight as they break down topics like launch games, gaming peripherals, and first-person shooters. Explosion Network's bulletin board, Older on Explosion, is back this month. Join Dylan and guests for 3 episodes from May 11th in lead up to Solo. Oh, it's coming! It's so close! If you're watching Westworld Season 2 at the moment, make sure you follow us over at twitch.tv/Explosion Network for Bevanworld. Our weekly recap and discussion about Westworld. Find it all on our Twitch channel, and once again, twitch.tv/Explosion Network, or over at our YouTube, youtube.com/Explosion Network. Have a fantastic May.
Also, we all know, we all learnt Jesus was an emo.
Fucking hell.